Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is everything you need to know about setting up your K-tuner. I'm going to make this short and simple for you guys. So let's just get right into it. Alright guys, we are out in the car. We have the device. I'm going to show you guys how to lock the K-tuner to the ECU. And then we're going to go inside and I will run you guys through everything you need to know on the K-tuner software. I'm going to tell you guys everything you need to know. So you'll get your device and you'll get this OBD cord. This is the male end and you'll just want to stick it under the car into your OBD port down here. Now once that's plugged in, you will plug in your K-tuner. It'll come up with this white screen. So once you plug it in, it'll prompt you with a question if you want to lock the device to the ECU. You'll hit yes and it will come up with a confirmation that it has been successfully locked to the car. Now so you are good to unplug it and take it inside, or if you have your laptop out here. So let's go do that now and I'll meet you guys in there. Alright, so if you just got the K-tuner, it'll come out the box like this and it will come with a USB to this kind of port that's on the side of your device. What you're going to do is download the K-tuner software. It's going to prompt you to make an account with them, sign up, make an account, and register. And you will then just want to connect your K-tuner to your Windows operating system. Alright, so now that you are in K-tuner on your device here, you will see these parameters. You have nothing set up yet. What you can do is come over here to File, New Tune, and you will just want to select your car here. So here, mine is the L15 V7 2017 Civic Si here, and then just select your factory. Hit next, and then here you have a bunch of pretty much off-the-shelf tunes. Here's all your starter maps, and here's your 27.1 turbo if you have that. So here I'm just going to select one that I run is the starter dual 19.5 by 23, but you can change that later. So you'll just hit next and it will load the tune. I'm going to break this down for you guys by everything you should do within here. So let me start off by saying if you are not a professional tuner, do not mess with any of these numbers. I've seen people mess with these numbers. Just stay away from it. Don't do it if you don't know what you're doing. So I will leave a list in the description of all of these changes. So let's just start from the top here. Okay, so here we're going to start at the top here under rev limits. So here, so this is going to be everything you need to know for the two-step and or the launch control. So here is your high limit, high restart. That is your red line. Here is your low limit, low restart. So this is where your two-step is going to bounce off of. So you are always going to want a 150 to 300 RPM difference. Here I have the limit to 4,700. And my restart is 4350. That pretty much is a 150 to where the RPM is going to drop down and then bounce back. The lower the number, the more aggressive and faster it's going to be. The higher the number, the more space it's going to have. So one important thing to know is if you are Catless, you can make this way more aggressive. Safe numbers are 4,400 to 6,000. And if you are catted, the highest I will go is 4,700. So I would go anywhere from 2,000 to 4,700. And that's what I have on my own SI. If you run higher, you will blow the cat out. So down here, we're going to go past all this into the anti-lag. So you can set your ignition retard. So if you want more pops or faster spool, you can set that to anywhere from -10 to -18. And then for this basic two-step, just set your same parameters for rev limits. Do not mess with idle target. Don't mess with closed loop settings. We're going to go straight to MAF scaling. So MAF scaling, you will go here if you have a race MAF intake. So either PRL race MAF or 27.1 race MAF. But if you have factory, hit factory or custom. So next we're going to go to disable monitors. So for the disable monitors, you can pretty much disable whatever codes you want on your car. Right now I have disabled the catalyst efficiency because of the downpipe. It turned on the cell, so I have that disabled, and that comes with the misfire monitor. That's all I have disabled. You can pretty much disable whatever you want in here. Next we're going to go to the quick adjustments. There is a lot in here. This section up here is your base settings, and then down here is your 3 maps that you can have on your car loaded whenever you want. So let's start up here. Throttle responsiveness. I would just go improve throttle response. It's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Boost target ramp rate. That will determine how quickly their turbo hits the target boost. Ramp 1 is a moderate, ramp 2 is a step higher, and then you can disable ramp. So you can select whatever you want. I'm going to hit factory ramp, but if you want your turbo to pretty much spool faster, I'll go ramp 2. Factory external wastegate control. Select this if you have the PRL big turbo. Now here we have throttle padding. This one's a little confusing. I just picked standard, but if you want medium, I guess that'll give you a more direct feel to the throttle. Now we have advanced VSA control strategy. This is the traction control. So here are your 3 maps. I would set improved responsiveness 3 for all of these if you want a really punchy feel, or if you want a slightly upgraded, go with 2 or 1, but I like 3. So here is custom boost level. Normal is your non-sport mode, and then sport mode, sport boost, is when you put the car in sport mode. You can pretty much have 2 different boost levels, boost targets in different driving modes. Here there's a lot of flexibility. What I would recommend is a safe PSI in normal mode. So I'll do like a 9.5, a 19.5 for normal, and sport mode I will do the highest option here, 23. So that's everything for quick adjustments. Now here, quick enables. This is just pretty much everything to do with quality of life. So here we have early spool. Early spool, the turbo will spool earlier in the RPMs. It'll just build boost earlier. Yeah. So disable rev hang. Everybody does this. Check that box. And advanced VSA is improved traction control. So it pretty much won't cut your acceleration. And here we have 4-bar map sensor. Select that if you have a 4-bar in your car. You'll pretty much know what that is because this is like way further down the line when you're like fully built. Boost by gear, I don't mess with that, but you can hit, so when you're in first gear, the turbo will max out at 17 psi, and when you're in second, you'll hit 19 psi or 20. Don't mess with fan control. Don't mess with any of these numbers. That is all you need to know. And then you'll just upload the tune, and that will send it to your K-Tuner device. So once you're done with all that, hit File, and then Save As, and then you can save your tune on your laptop. And then later, one thing that you could do is open your tune if you want to change something. I will bring you out to the car and hook up the K-Tuner and bring you guys on how to do that. So this is what you'll be met with in K-Tuner. So I'm going to be going over this first page here. Here we have a layout that is going to be all of the text items for your gauge. So you'll be able to select all sorts of parameters and what kind of data is shown. Here we have start log. You can tap that. That will pretty much stop and start log. With that, that just pretty much will record the engine data while you drive. LEDs are these 5 LED lights you can disable, and you have 2 different presets there. Here we have brightness. that will adjust the screen brightness. I find best brightness for me is right here. It gives good brightness at night and day. Clear tunes, that will clear all of the tunes on the device. I'm not going to hit that because I don't want to clear my tunes. Here we have demo mode. So demo mode, that will pretty much make the K-tuner run in a simulation, pretty much making these parameters max out. And these lights, you can see that up there. I'm going to turn that off. Here we have units. So there's speed, vacuum, pressure, and temperature. Then there is BT pin. I guess you can pair your phone through Bluetooth with that. I never mess with that though. Here we have tach RPM. That is the tachometer display. So up here, if I make this 10,000, that'll go to 10,000. My car only revs out to 6.5, so I'll do 7. Next we have CAN gateway. So this is very important. Some people with their K-tuner, I've seen when they key the car on and off, pretty much when this is no, the K-tuner will not turn on when you turn on the car. If that's the case, just hit yes, and then the K-tuner will come on when you turn the car on. Here we have OB logging, which stands for onboard logging. It pretty much just enables the onboard logging directly from the device. Here we have OTF tunes. Those are the on-the-fly tune. I showed you guys that earlier. Your 3 tune slots. Alright, now that we have this main page covered, I will go up here. So here, when you hit this K, it will show you these gauges. Here are a whole bunch of different gauges that you can choose from. I like this one down here. You can pick any one of these. So next, here you have flash. You'll hit that when you want to flash these tunes. You can clear tunes or you can go flash to factory. And then this is what I labeled mine. 19.5 boost in normal, 23 in sport. And then here I have 4700 for the 2-step. So I just know what that tune is. And then here we can go to errors to read any codes that your car has. Right now I have a evap leak, so that's what that is. But you can clear them. Alright, so now that we went over all of the settings on the other screens there, we are going to go over the best parameters to track on K-tuner. A lot of people ask these questions, so here is everything that you need to know about tracking the parameters. I have all of them on the screen here. I will also have everything in the description as well as what they do. So the first one here, I have KCON. In the settings, that's going to be KCONT. So that is the knock control. The lower, the better. So normal is 45 to 50. And even 65 is okay. And if it's like up in like 70 and 80, there is knock. IAT is intake air temperature. That is pre-turbo air temperature. And then there is IAT2, that is intake temperature. So that would be post-turbo. Here we have battery voltage. So that's going to be BAT. So that's usually going to be like 13.5 to 14.5 while the car is running. Up here we have STFT, which is short-term fuel trim. Right below that I have LTFT, which is long-term fuel trim. These are going to be from like -10 to +10. Next we have MAP, which is the boost PSI. Stock is like 17 or 18, and then tuned is what you set your PSI to in the tuning. ETH is the ethanol percentage in your gas. Here I have TPS. TPS is the throttle position sensor. That will show how much throttle is open. So that's 0% to 100%. Here is gear. That will show you what gear you're in. So it'll be 1 through 6. But if you're a neutral, it'll just say like 1. There's no N icon for it. So that is all of the most important trims to track on the K-tuner. And of course, there are a bunch of parameters here, but those are just the top ones that you should track. Alright guys, and that is everything you need to know about K-tuner. We covered everything, and so I have a video coming out hopefully next week on how to set up these LED lights. So stay tuned for that, and I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one.